What's going on? This is Marco from Codelistic, and in this tutorial I'm gonna show you how you can share files securely with someone else who is also using Boxcryptor, without a potential intruder being able to know what you shared, even if they somehow steal your shared files. If you missed my first two videos on Boxcryptor, where I explained the basics and how to install and use it, go and check that out first. Okay, let's get to work. If you want to securely share a specific file with someone else who is also using Boxcryptor, you have to configure permissions for that file. So, go to your Boxcryptor virtual drive and then head over to the folder where you have the file you want to share. The first step to securely sharing a file is making sure that it's already encrypted, and then encrypt it if it's not. In my case, I encrypted the whole folder, as seen in my previous video, so all the files I place in this folder are automatically encrypted as well. The second thing you need to make sure is to actually share the files with the person you want, and this is something that you do through the online storage provider you use, like Google Drive in my case, and not through Boxcryptor. Boxcryptor is only used in making sure that the files are encrypted and who you can share the private encrypted files with. To share all the files in this private folder, we're gonna share the whole folder using Google Drive, but you can also share individual files in the same way. So let's go one level up and right-click on the folder we want to share. Select Boxcryptor, Show Original in Google Drive. Now the same folder structure appeared on disk outside of Boxcryptor Drive. Right-click on the folder Private again and choose Google Drive, Share. Now enter the email address of one or more person to share this folder with. Choose whether they can view only or also edit the files and then click Send. In this case, I use my other Google account to act as the other person I'm about to securely share with. Now let's go to the other computer of the person we have just shared this folder with to see the files. Ready? Engage. We can see that the other person's computer is actually Mac, but the process shouldn't differ if it's Windows. Now the other person can find the folder that you shared by going to the browser and in Google Drive, click on Shared with Me section. Here, the folder we just shared should appear. We need to make sure that this folder is synced and downloaded to the person's computer. So to do that, in Google Drive, we can right-click on that folder and choose Add to My Drive, like this. Now that it's added to my drive, it will automatically sync and be downloaded to the computer's disk. Now let's open the Google Drive folder from within Boxcryptor Drive. Here, we can see that the private folder which was shared appeared. Let's go into this folder. But now, we can see that these files are encrypted and not visible to the other person. If we try to open them, you'll see that the system cannot interpret them. Good! That means that the Boxcryptor is working, and that the files that we encrypted before we share them are actually encrypted and not viewable by anyone else who we didn't give permission to. So, this means that we control who we give the possibility to actually decrypt and view those files. So what we had to do apart from sharing this folder through Google Drive is also to give permission to that person to decrypt them using Boxcryptor. So let's do this now. Let's head over back again to our computer to give that permission to the other person. Ready? Engage. To give the permission to decrypt the folder shared to the other person also using Boxcryptor, let's go to the Boxcryptor Drive once again and let's open the Google Drive folder from there. Right-click on the shared folder and choose Boxcryptor Manage Permissions. The window pops up and here you can see the list of people who can view this file. For now, it's just us. Let's click on Add User to enable the other person who we share this folder with to also view the files within it. Here we enter the person's email. It's assumed that the person you add here is also using Boxcryptor. Now we press OK. We can see that the person was added to have secure access to this folder. Click Apply to confirm. Now make sure that nothing is being currently uploaded to Google Drive from your computer. In other words, that no syncing is in progress. So confirm with OK once you're sure. So after Boxcryptor finishes with modifying these files, the operation should successfully be completed. Now let's see whether the other person can see those files. Ready? Engage. Now as the other person, let's head over to the Boxcryptor drive. Let's open Google Drive and then the folder which was shared with us. And now we can open those files and see the contents. That means those files have been successfully decrypted and thus shared privately and securely with the other person. Now all the files that are placed in this folder by either this person or by us, the files will be securely and privately shared between us without worrying that someone on the internet might steal our files and makes any sense of them. Engage. Now we're back to our computer, and I wanted to mention that if we go and open the manage permissions of the same folder like this, we can see that apart from adding secure access to individual persons, we can also choose to add a group which we can create beforehand. Boxcryptor will just modify the files once to enable anyone who is a part of that group have access to all the files in that folder. Then we can just add people to that group and they will be added access to the files in this folder automatically without needing to modify files every time you add someone to access those files. This makes sense especially if you want to share securely and privately with a larger number of people. Using groups is only possible in the paid version of Boxcryptor. Okay, so this concludes our tutorial on how to securely and privately share data with other people using Boxcryptor through your favorite cloud storage. If you like this video, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to my channel. Peace out until next time.